Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third episode of Corporate Shenanigans, which is dedicated to the proverbial white elephants in the corporate world. First of all, let me apologize for substantial time gap between my last episode and this latest episode of Corporate Shenanigans. Due to my personal preoccupations, I could not devote enough time for this third episode. Before proceeding with this episode, let me reintroduce myself as Tushar Wagle, a seasoned banker with over 3.5 decades experience in the private banking sector, having worked in several leading private sector banks as well as one MNC bank. The term white elephants can be defined as all those assets which on one hand require a substantial amount of resources, especially cash resources, to maintain them, and on the other hand, the returns accruing from such assets are pathetically or abysmally low. Now, in the corporate environment or the corporate world, the term white elephants is used to refer to those undeserving, non-performing, underperforming executives, especially in the top management bracket, who draw an astronomically high package comprising of a very high basic salary plus allowances and a variety of perquisites, including the most coveted perquisite of ESOPs, employee stock options. But unfortunately, these white elephants hardly contribute to the bottom line of the organizations in which they work. I will try to explain or demystify this concept of white elephants. Let's say in a typical profitably run organization, we have one white elephant who is drawing a huge package of, let's say, 1 crore. Now, in this huge package of 1 crore, we can easily accommodate 10 junior managers with an annual package of 10 lakhs each, or 20 assistant managers or deputy managers with a package of 5 lakhs each per annum. So, in order to ensure the survival of such white elephants, management or especially the corporate mafia which runs the management is obsessed with cost cutting. And this cost cutting is at the expense of poor, hapless employees at lower levels who are not a part of the corporate mafia. Now let me explain to you how this well-oiled corrupt system ensures not only the survival but the growth of these corporate white elephants. Every organization has an annual exercise, or in some organizations, I would say an annual farce or a ritual of appraisal, yearly appraisal process. Now, this yearly appraisal process is a tool which is used or abused to forcibly exit out those employees at various levels which have fallen out of favor with the corporate mafia. To start with, the targeted employees, irrespective of the level to which he or she belongs, are allocated or accorded a rating, performance rating of meets expectations or partially meet expectations, or the ultimate low rating of does not meet expectations. Now, over a consistent period of, let's say, 1, 2, or 3 years, when an employee, he or she, is uh, graded, is accorded a poor rating, which I have just elaborated above, which is either meets expectation or partially meet expectations, or the ultimate poor rating of does not meet expectations. The HR guys, especially the bad HR guys on whom I have dwelt with at length in my previous episode of Corporate Shenanigans, embark upon the task of ensuring the unceremonious exit of such targeted employees. They call or summon such targeted employees at the behest or on the diktats of the corporate godfathers, and then first go out of the way to explain to them that how they have been underperforming consistently over last 1, 2, 3 years, and they have failed to move up the curve, to use an HR jargon. They have failed to move up the curve or improve their performance or underperformance over the last 1 or 2, 3 years, and the only option available to the organization is to terminate the services of that employee, he or she. Now, there might be genuine cases of poor performers or underperformers or below par performers who need to be exited out. I don't deny that, because an organization, a corporate, is run on the principles of business, where it can be said that you either shape up or shape out, because no organization can continue to maintain its its bottom line, or grow its bottom line by continuing to accommodate underperformers. There are no two opinions about that. I would not like to dispute that cardinal principle of business, that you either perform or perish. But then the moot point which I am trying to raise in this video is that, what about the white elephants? If you are using the if you are using the cardinal business principle of perform or perish for certain employees who are not a part of the corporate mafia, or do not have a corporate godfather who will take care or protect their interest, notwithstanding their poor performance, then why is this so-called objective treatment or so-called professional review of performance not applicable or not implemented in case of the white elephants at various levels, who are the flunkies or protected species of the corporate mafia, of the corporate godfather? I'll elaborate on this further. In many organizations, in many corporates, there are white elephants at various levels who are drawing comfortable, who are drawing reasonably good packages or even astronomical packages, and it is a known fact in the organization that he or she is not performing well, is totally misfit. Now, despite this common knowledge about the non-performance of such white elephants, how are such white elephants accommodated not for 1, 2, 3, but during their entire lifetime, till such time as the corporate godfather of that white elephant is in a position of power in the organization, he or she can continue to hog extremely high packages without contributing a single paisa to the bottom line of that organization. So, The irony of this situation is that under the pretext of cost cutting, under the pretext of cutting down the cost so as to boost profits, several employees are targeted year after year as a part of the annual farce called annual appraisal process. Farce called annual appraisal process. And with the connivance and the collusion of the bad HR who are mere flunkies or henchmen of the corporate godfathers, several employees are made to go through the ordeal of corporate encounter killings. Now you might wonder, what is this corporate encounter killing? Now you must have heard that, you must be aware either through your own experience as a common citizen of this country or through films, stories, you must have heard that when there are dreaded criminals who cannot be punished or brought to book by a criminal justice system, a justice system which is subject to the corruption in the judiciary and through a network of corrupt advocates who intimidate witnesses, who ensure reversal of testimonies, and which allow the dreaded gangsters to go away scot-free despite their heinous crimes, which could be wide-ranging from extortion to rape to murder to drug peddling and so on and so forth. In the same way, just as the police stage or engineer a fake encounter to get rid of such dreaded criminals which are a curse or a scourge of the society, in the same way, encounter killings are resorted by the corporate mafia in collusion with the bad HR guys who are their flunkies to eliminate a large number of helpless, unprotected employees who do not have the blessings of the godfathers, with the ultimate intention of accommodating white elephants. अगर आपको एक करोड़ के ईवीपी को बचाना है तो आपको कम से कम 10 असिस्टेंट मैनेजर्स, 10 मैनेजर्स 10 लाख के, 10 लाख पैकेज के, या 20 असिस्टेंट मैनेजर्स, डेप्यूटी मैनेजर्स जिनकी सैलरी एनुअल तनख्वाह एज लो एज 5 lakhs पर एनम है, उनको शहीद करना पड़ेगा. Whether they are genuine non-performers or they have fallen out of favor, they have had a confrontation with their bosses, is a subject matter of debate. And in such debates, the corporate godfathers and their henchmen will always win over logic, because they are the one who are wielding the power. जिसकी लाठी उसकी भैंस, as they say in our Hindi heartland. So, the irony of this corporate malaise, I call it a malaise, a corporate disease in which white elephants are not only accommodated, made to survive, but they are also allowed to thrive at the cost of, or by draining or sucking the blood of those hapless employees who are not part of the powerful corporate mafia. And this is a malaise which is common to all organizations. I can go on record to say, give me an organization in the Indian corporate world And I am talking about the blue chip corporates who are delivering year after year growth in book profits, after tax profits, and ultimate value to their shareholders, stakeholders, who are also guilty of harboring white elephants. अगर एक बैंक में या अगर एक अच्छे खासे प्रॉफिटेबल कॉर्पोरेट में 2000 करोड़ का बुक प्रॉफिट है या 1500 करोड़ का आफ्टर टैक्स प्रॉफिट है, the organization can afford to splurge or waste money on the white elephants to the tune of at least 150 to 200 crores. एक एवरेज वीपी की सैलरी अगर 50 लाख है और हम ऐसे 100 वीपीज को प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं बिकॉज ऑफ दिस वेल ऑइल्ड करप्ट सिस्टम, तो 50 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 100, 5000 lakhs, which comes to hardly 50 crores. Similarly, if you are sheltering or accommodating 100 EVPs of 1 crore each, it comes to 100 crores. तो कुल मिला के 200 या 300 crores की अमाउंट है can be easily absorbed by the profit, book post-tax profit or pre-tax profit of 2000 crores. But the moot point is, the underlying issue here is, shareholders are happy because ultimately even after spending money on such white elephants, you are generating a profit of let's say 2000 crores or 1500 crores. But to harbor such people, such white elephants, you are continuously, the top management, the corporate mafia is continuously looking the other way or allowing the ruthless, cold-blooded, daylight encounter killings of hapless employees. So, this malaise has two after effects. One is the profit would have increased by 200 crores or 300 crores to the extent of the salaries which are packages which are hogged by these undeserving white elephants. And on other hand, it is ruining or destroying the lives, I'm using the word destroying the lives of several large number of deserving, performing employees at various levels whose only crime is that they have not been able to win the goodwill or be a part of the golden coterie or the corporate mafia. And the third and most disastrous effect of this practice of accommodating corporate godfathers by extracting the bloods of deserving employees is productive employees who could have contributed to the bottom line of the organization are forcibly exhibited